Hello, hello. This is Jay Goddess with Jay Goddess Tarot, and today I want to bring you a pick a card about something I feel is very important to all of us in our journeys of personal growth and personal evolution, etc. So today's pick a card is about what do I need to release in my life? And as you can see, I have three piles. Pile one, we have the Angelite crystal. Pile two, we have tiger's eye. And pile three, we have black obsidian. Take a moment, take a few deep breaths, and select your pile. And while you're doing that, I just want you to be aware of the links below in the description box where you can come join me on Patreon in my High Vibe tribe. We're all about self improvement, self empowerment, raising of our own energy and energy of the collective overall. I also have links to my other social media outlets. You can catch me on IG, where I also post pick a card readings for the collective. Both video and pick a cards and pictures are really fun to do. Love to interact with you there, as well as my Amazon wish list. So if anyone would ever choose to be so gracious and kind to gift me, with a deck, you can do that. No pressure to do so. You can also find links on my IG to my personal website if you'd like readings or of any kind. Always feel free to reach out to me with any questions or ideas you have in readings. Drop it below in the comments. So, without further ado, let us begin. Right. So, for those of you who selected Pile 1, Blue Angelite Crystal, I have to admit, it is far and few between when I get an all major arcana reading, even in something as simple in the three-card reading. And you have some of the most positive cards in the major arcana to represent you, my pal ones. So it's burst, things are waiting to burst through to come towards you. What you need to let go of or release in your life, my pal ones, is for starters, you have the star card. So you don't need to release the star, you need to release the opposite. So that's how the messages came through. They did not come through as reversals, but understanding the answer that spirit was delivering to me in the context of the questions I was asking is how I'm reading this spread. So what you need to let go of for peace of mind, my pal ones, to start is past disappointments and feelings of opportunities that you may have missed because of whatever was going on at the time. And the reason you need to let go of these things is so you can have opportunities, the star card in the upright, come towards you. You need to heal from past traumatic events, potentially for some of you in my collective who chose PAL 1. So you can have that wish fulfillment come towards you, that renewed hope. And in order to lighten your heart, some of the things you need to let go of are feelings of self doubt or a lack of self confidence with the Sun card, because the Sun card is the happiest card in the deck. It is the yes card. If you want certain things to manifest in your life or come forward in your life, and you want this sun opportunity, you just see the figure on the card, with her arms wide open to the sun. Yes, the universe is saying yes. But in order for that to come through, you need to release self doubt and self confidence. So, what I'm reading so far in this spread is the things you need to release overall, my pal ones, are things that you are allowing to replay in your mind. You have to release those old, outdated modes and models that you've been running on. And then for in order to free your soul and have this new beginning, the Fool, what you need to let go of, my pal ones, is feeling that you already know the answer. And I feel this is kind of a where you go back and forth, where you either get into this place in your mind where you feel things aren't possible because they maybe you have never observed them being done in that way before. This could be in terms of some type of business endeavor or adventure or something, or you feel that you already know the answers. And having that mindset is causing you, my power ones, to really be closed off to new beginnings. You see the Fool card, you see the Sun card. If you notice in all three cards, what are they all doing? They're all looking up. They're all facing up. And in the Sun and the Fool, they're facing up or looking up toward the sky with arms wide open. They're being open to what the universe has for them. Well, as you stay in these self doubt mindset or replaying old things that have happened in the past where you've had disappointments, you're closed off to all of the good juju and the good energy and the good things that the universe is trying to bring to you, that your higher self is trying to bring to you. And even if they're brought to you, they're not hitting the mark. They're not hitting on your timeline because you're not open to them. And then you're not thinking in a way and behaving in a way so to allow that energy to land where it's supposed to manifest. So overall, what you need to release in your life, my pal ones, has to do with internal thoughts, internal playbacks of the past, of maybe missed opportunities or past disappointments of things that didn't work in order to have this new beginning, in order to have this wish fulfillment. Now, moving into some oracle cards I pulled to gain greater insights on, you know, what you need to release in your life or what's coming into your life. My pal ones, this is the responses I got from spirit. So, opportunity. So, within the next few weeks, if you make these steps to change the way you're thinking and feeling about, moving forward and an opportunity that you want, an opportunity is going to come if you release this. And not is it just going to come, it's going to be fruitful. Because if you see, there's just like gold coins raining down from the heavens on this angel right here. There's going to be something that's going to be very fruitful. It could be monetary, it could be from the perspective of networking, whatever that is. The gold doesn't have to represent money, but it can. It's going to be a very fruitful opportunity that's going to come to you within in the next few weeks, my power ones, if you make the decision to release that self doubt, negative self talk, and feeling that you already know the answer. And right now, what you need to do, uh, my pal ones, in order to release these things, is I pulled some crystal inspiration cards. Maybe get some aragonite, which helps you release emotional baggage. So this could be from the feelings of the past disappointment, as well as some amazonite to loosen your grip, because I feel that you're so closely aligned to your current thought processes or current recall of disappointments of the past or missed opportunities from the past that you're not allowing yourself to be open to opportunities coming in and maybe allowing other things that are greater and bigger to pass you by. So these are two crystals that you may want to invest in and look into. And there's a lot of places online, Amazon, Etsy, etc., different marketplaces where you can get tumbled crystals, raw crystals, crystal jewelry, etc. They may help you. Maybe doing meditation with these two crystals can help you release some of those things. Because also, what I got from the Mermaid Oracle deck that I like to use a lot is spending some time in solitude. And I don't feel this is a solitude with the focus per se of self healing. I feel this is a solitude from the perspective to help reflect and re energize. And that's what we got, the re energize card here. This is solitude to help you take a step back and reflect upon the way you've been thinking about things and opportunities and if anything is not going the way you want it in your life, this is your time to kind of do that. Take this time to think about what you're thinking and think about how you feel about things, because I feel taking this time to re energize, release this emotional baggage, and loosen your grip on past memories and disappointments will allow you within the next few weeks to be open to another opportunity that's just waiting in the ether to come to you, waiting in the 5D. So, this is my reading I have for you, my pal ones, of what you need to release in your life. This is J Goddess Tarot. Please check out the links in the description box below. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, comment, and hit the bell notification so you know when I post new videos. Please feel free to join me with my Patreon tribe. We are a high vibe tribe where we're all about self empowerment, self improvement, self awareness, raising our own energy and the energies of the collective. I also post any extended that I have here on YouTube. I post the extended videos there, as well as I have exclusive content that's only posted there. It's a great place to be, it's a great community to be in. Feel free to pick another pile if you wish, or if this is where I leave you, I will see you in my next reading. All right, welcome, welcome, my pal twos. If you selected this beautiful tumbled tiger's eye crystal, this is your reading about what you need to release in your life. So I pulled, this is a three tarot card reading, but I also pulled oracles to help get a little more insight of the things you need to let go of or the things that you need to do in order to live your best life. So let's begin. So each of the tarot kind of represents a question that I ask specifically to spirit, and then together, here's kind of the energy. So when I ask spirit, what do my pal twos need to let go of? I got the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So to have peace of mind, my pal ones, you need to let go of some feelings of stagnation or being stuck. I don't feel this is the energy I'm picking up. It's not like a stagnation is in you are suffering. Like I'm specifically getting this is has to do with work, career, business, things like that. So I don't feel it's a matter of maybe you are not able to get a job. That's not what I'm feeling. I'm feeling you are in a job that you don't that doesn't feed your soul. That's not in alignment. It may be in alignment with your formal education or training or etc. My pal twos, but it's not in alignment with what you want. And I feel that this has changed over time where at first it started out good, but now you're feeling stuck and you're feeling stagnant in this place. And for some of you, it's not just about your job or career, it's about wanting to do something else and not maybe seeing the way forward to do that. Because then I said, ask spirit, like, what do my pals need to release? Next card I got was Knight of Swords. So Knight of Swords talks about haste, fast action, moving forward. But in this particular energy for my question, you need to let go of feeling held back or frustrated by your circumstances. Like you feel stuck in maybe a current job that you have. It meets your basic needs. You know what I mean? It pays your bills, it buys your food, etc. But it doesn't feed your soul and you don't necessarily enjoy it. You do it because you can support yourself, very logical reason to have this job. But being in it is having the impact on it you're allowing it to have more impact on you than it should. You're allowing it to take up more mental space than it should in the sense that how it's impacting your emotions, my pal too. Because you're feeling like, you don't know what to do to move forward. And I'm specifically thinking this is you're in one job and in a career path, but you want to switch to something totally different, or you're in a job and a career path, but then you want to start your own thing and you're frustrated and you're feeling held back because you don't know where to start. And then what else you need to release in your life. What I think this is causing my pal twos is this hermit mode. And I don't think this is hermit mode. This hermit card came out, and I don't think this is hermit mode in the sense that you're taking a step back from everything to do some self healing, self reflection. I feel this is almost a form of like self punishment, like you're isolating yourself from friends, family, etc. And if you're this is a timeless reading, and if you're watching this at the time that it's being recorded, we're still, in many of the places of the world, though restrictions are easing due to the global pandemic, COVID, they're still in place, and you're kind of using that is even more of a reason to isolate. And though you can't be in person with people, connect in person, you can still do a lot virtually, you know. And I feel that you're kind of not doing that because you may feel, for some of you, maybe a little embarrassed that you haven't been able to bring your thought or idea of like a side business to fruition and it be fruitful. I have a feeling you're very high achievers or have very high expectations of yourself, my pal twos. Um, and for some of you, I feel that you're frustrated and don't want to ask for help because you don't even know where to start or ask the question. So you're kind of doing this self isolation thing, and it's really not. It's you're beating yourself up. You don't maybe don't realize it or think of it that way, but you are. And I'm getting a sense that it's kind of causing this swirl for you where you get back into this Knight of Pentacles in reverse, it keeps you frustrated because you're not allowing any maybe fresh insights or fresh ideas, or even just talking to someone to help you, release some stress or just distract you in a positive way for a while, because that can also help boost your creativity because you'll feel better. And when I went on to pull some oracle cards about this, what I got from the angel oracle answers was this is the perfect time for recovery. So you need to, while you're in this hermit mode, this is the perfect time for you, my pal, to use it in a different way. It is time for you to, pink opal, be kind to yourself and recover. And it's time, malachite, it's time to transform. So these may be two very useful crystals for you at this time. And they both deal with the heart chakra, just, the green and the pink. This may be a time, since you're already kind of isolating, kind of taking a step back, instead of using that time since you're in it for self isolation in a form of punishment that I feel you're subconsciously using it for, use it as a time of self healing, self reflection, and a time to brainstorm so you can come out of this time swinging. And when consulted with my Mermaid Oracles deck, I got letting go. So you need to let go of this frustration that you're feeling right now, my pal twos. It's not serving you. It's not helping you move forward in whatever it is you're trying to do. And as I said, it doesn't have to be for all of you, but for many of you, have the feeling this is to do with a career, business, um, endeavor, job, etc., that you just maybe don't know where to start. And you're allowing your frustration to maybe take you back to memories of what things of have not worked in the past. But what you need to do, getting clearly from spirit, is you need to recall memories of times you were very successful at something and maybe use that as a blueprint to move forward, my pal too. So for instance, I feel that many of you in my pal twos have formal post-secondary education. That could be formal degree programs, professional certificates, trades, etc. So say you're in something right now and you don't like it. Say you're an accountant and okay, you have your some degrees, you maybe have some professional certifications, but you want to go into something totally different. Say you're passionate about photography, but you're like, I don't know where to start. I've spent all this money on school, et cetera, et cetera. So, what spirit I feel is calling you to use your memories for in a positive sense? Okay, what did you do to get that degree or certification or whatever that you currently have to be in your current role? Use it as a blueprint. Okay, you went and you researched schools and you found schools. So, that may be a first step. Maybe not necessarily researching, or you can researching a whole degree program, but maybe not taking that big of a step up front. Maybe saying, okay, who has a short certificate program or who has maybe some classes I can even take to just learn some things about this area and invest a smaller amount and do just to even explore this further. Like use memories of what's worked in the past, kind of also as a blueprint to help you move forward to what can get you out of this place right now. So that is my reading for you, my pal twos, and it's a general sense of what you need to release in your life is letting go of frustration, letting go of this time of isolation that you're in, as a form of self punishment, and use it as a time of recovery and creativity. Do some self healing, do some brainstorming, recall times from the past that you've been successful, and I feel that you will move forward in whatever it is you want to do. So please check out the links below in the description box. Please remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you know when I post new content. I have links that take you to my Patreon page. Feel free. I would love to have you in my High Vibe tribe. We're all about self improvement, self empowerment, self love, uplifting of our own energy as well as the energy of the collective. I also have links to my Instagram where I post regularly uh, spreads that I do, whether it be video or picture spreads, and also my Amazon wish list. So if any of you ever feel kind enough to gift me with a deck, I'd very much appreciate it. No pressure, but definitely love new decks. Um, And feel free to watch any of the other readings. I also post exclusive content on my Patreon as well as if I post an extended to any video, it will be there. And if that is all for now, hope to see you into another reading here today. But if this is where I leave you, I will talk to you again later. Hello, hello. For those of you who selected Pal 3, this beautiful black obsidian crystal right here, this is your reading for when I ask spirit for things that you need to release in your life. And the energy I picked up immediately off of this spread was this has to do with a relationship, specifically a romantic relationship. But if that doesn't resonate with you and you pick this pal, it could be a platonic relationship or some type of familial relationship. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But I'm strongly getting the sense that this is a romantic relationship. So when I asked Spirit, what does my pal threes need to let go of? First card I got for their own peace of mind. First card I got is Six of Pentacles. And if you know anything about the tarot, you know, Six of Pentacles is about like two-way give and take. And what I'm feeling when I ask that question is there is a very one-sided giving in this connection, my pal threes. And I feel this is you giving too much to something. So, for instance, you could be the one making all of the effort in a relationship. That could be romantic, platonic, or familial. So, say, and this is a situation. I'm not talking about parents giving to children that are dependents or children in general. I'm this energy I'm picking up. You, my person who selected this video, my viewer. I'm feeling you are an adult. You are a full grown adult, and this is the situation. Like you're giving too much. You are the one doing all the initiating, all the giving, potentially all the spending. If this is a romantic relationship or platonic relationship or familial, you're spending the time, the money. You're the one always making plans. You're the one always asking, reaching out to this person or persons. And it is really you doing more than you should have to in this relationship. And I feel that you know that deep down, my pal threes, that this is very one sided. So the next card that came up when I asked Spirit, what do my pal threes need to release in their life in order to lighten your load, in order to not feel so taken advantage of, I would say, you need to start looking at the signs. You got the Knight of Cups, and Knight of Cups can talk about many times like somebody being a little naive. So you need to start seeing the signs about what's going on and about the relationship with this person. And be okay if it's not a relationship that you can completely release in good conscience. And each of you know your own situation and you have free will. You need to have to make that choice for yourself. It's a situation where you need to start erecting appropriate boundaries. So, for instance, if this is just a romantic relationship, there you're dating somebody and you feel that they're just not giving and you're kind of chasing them, it may be something to just let go of. You know what I mean? Also, a platonic relationship. But take that as it resonates because not all relationships, even if they're in those times are meant for you to let go of at the moment. And only you can do the soul searching and figure out what's best for you. Or if it's a familiar relationship where you can't just maybe like cut off a sibling or someone, you need to be honest about the relationship, knowing that it's one sided. It seems to be you're the only one that's giving, and you need to create appropriate energetic boundaries for you to protect yourself to thrive. So even if you still need to be in the relationship at this time, you can still do it in a very conscious and thoughtful way. So the next card that came up when I said asked Spirit about, what do my pal threes need to do to release themselves? I got the Six of Swords. And the Six of Swords is very much about transition. And it could be about you letting go of something. And you may be uncomfortable letting go of this connection at this time or being resistant to change it, and spirit is acknowledging that, but you maybe need to let go of the resistance, even if you feel still need to be called to be in this relationship for whatever reason. At this time, you can still erect more than anything. I think this is about erecting appropriate boundaries if this is a relationship you still feel the need to be in at this time, or if it's something that you need to let go of, let it go. And I'm hearing yes and don't stop. And that will apply to every person differently. Each of you know your particular situation and what resonates, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Yes and don't stop. So I feel spirit is saying, yes, move forward with this transition in your life. This could be, a spiritual upgrade for yourself. You're leveling up in terms of your own self awareness and your self growth. And there may be relationships where people, you're starting to see things that you weren't aware of, or you're starting to see even more the things you already felt were there, maybe some of the negative traits. And Spirit is saying yes and don't stop when I pulled these oracle cards. Keep going forward with your growth in your journey and embrace the transition. So when I pulled some additional oracle cards, first from my mermaid oracle deck, I got innocence and dive deep. In the context of this reading, the energy I'm picking up for innocence is being naive, and I feel that perfectly matches Knight of Cups. I don't feel that this means, it could mean innocence is, virginal or pure. I feel it means innocence is you are kind of being willingly blindfolded about the truth about this connection and how much you're giving and trying to saying, no, no, I don't give this much and this person does XYZ. I feel you're being a bit potentially naive, and that makes sense with the Knight of Cups that came up. It's time to dive deep and start being honest with yourself, even if the truth there isn't what you want to see. It's something you do need to hear, and it's going to be uncomfortable for a time because all transition, all growth is uncomfortable. There's a level of discomfort. It doesn't have to be torturous, but all growth is uncomfortable to some extent. Think about starting, I always say, like starting a gym routine. The first maybe month you start going to the gym, or the first month you start on a new eating plan or at a new job or whatever it may be, the first time, little bit of time you're doing something new, different from your norm, it's going to be uncomfortable. So it's okay. And it's okay. That is normal. It's time. So you're called to, in this time of transition, do some deep diving within yourself so you can have greater self-awareness. You can have more awareness, but also more comfort with maybe facing some truths about this connection and then moving forward appropriately. So the next two cards I got was I pulled some daily crystal inspiration cards and I got hematite and Lemurian crystal. So hematite is about grounding yourself, but hematite, just like the black obsidian, is very much a protective stone. And I feel that spirit is trying to say protect yourself energetically. You are allowing this person, or it could be people, several people, but for some, I think it's like one person in a romantic or platonic relationship. For others, I feel this could be several family members. Whoever you are giving more to than they're giving into this connection. Um, Protect yourself. Erect appropriate boundaries. If this is, and I've said this like many times, erect appropriate boundaries, energetic boundaries for yourself if this is a connection that you have to be engaged in. For instance, you're an adult and you have parents that depend on you. You're an adult and you have relatives or you have some caretaker role, or even you are in a relationship where you feel called to be a part of this person's life at this time. Everybody's different, no judgment here. But if that's what you really feel called to do, it doesn't mean that they deserve to trample on you and use you and treat you poorly. You can have you can still deal with those connections in truth and in love, but with clear boundaries. So you can help people without being drained yourself. Yes, it's probably going to be challenging at first, but if you feel called to be in this circumstance, and please understand, I'm not talking about any form of abuse, or that's not what I'm referring to. I'm talking about you just feel called to be in this person's life right now, to be a light for something, a light to them, to be their best self. There's nothing wrong with that. Only you can make that determination um, based upon your own, intuition, who you believe in, who you pray to. You have to make that call for yourself. But if you are, especially if you're feeling called to be in this connection, even if it's not comfortable, not painful, and feels very one sided, ground yourself and protect yourself. And then I think this Lemurian quartz, it says practice patience. I feel this is patience in a multitude of ways. First, you're going to have to practice more patience with this person as you erect appropriate boundaries if you are called to be in this, if you feel you're called to be in this connection, regardless. The second part of that is you're going to have to practice patience with yourself because I feel for many of you in my Pal threes, this is the first time you've erected any type of boundaries with people where you felt a connection was very one sided and you were giving more. I felt in the past you've just been okay with such connections and you've just ignored these things and moved on. Whereas now you're coming to a different place where you have to erect these boundaries and you need to move forward and do what's best for you, and it's going to take time. Like I said it before, anything new is going to be a little painful at first, but you're capable of doing it and you can do it. And I just want you to move forward and do the best thing that's for you in a very practical and protected way. So, this is my message for you, my Pal threes, about what you need to release in your life. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you know when I post new content. Check out the links below in the description box where you'll see the link to my Patreon. We're a high vibe tribe over there. We're all about self love, self empowerment, you know, motivation, uplifting of our energy and the energy of the collective, as well as I post exclusive content on there, as well as any videos on YouTube on my channel where I haven't extended. I post them exclusively in my Patreon at this time. Please also check out the link to my social media, Instagram. I post readings there. Love to have you there, whether they be video readings or, pick a card readings and pictures. Also have the link to my Amazon wish list where you can, if feel no pressure, but if you feel so inclined, I love receiving decks. There's some decks I'm interested in out there. And feel free to check out any of the other pals today and any of my other videos. I appreciate you joining me here today during this time. And if this is where I leave you, I will see you in my next reading. J Goddess Tarot, signing off for now.